Hello, everyone. I hope everyone can hear me and see me properly. Of course, if you want to join in the chat or if you want to join on camera and just with the audio, you are very welcome to do so. Of course, Oliver, the main man, takes this opportunity. How are you?
A little bit hangover.
I hope this game will be a hangover cure for you. Like it will make your ideas clear. Are you ready for today's game?
A bit nervous, but I think I think I'm ready.
And we have Jan back. He has been working a lot recently, so he couldn't join us for quite a while, but he's back from fashion with Tor Hugo. So we are getting back into our habits. I feel this is a good sign, that Jan and Tor Hugo are back and we will start winning again. I hope so. The golden duo is definitely back. But talking about golden duo, maybe we should do a review of our starting 11 because, of course, it's nice to have the fans back, but we also need good players. So in goal, we have Donnarumma. I think there is nothing to say about him. On the wings, defensively, we have Bernat and Pembele. How do you feel about this two players? It's a bit...
Yeah, last time Pembele started on the right back, he did a phenomenal job. I think.
Yeah.
So I think it's pretty decent choice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Actually.
But it's quite odd because both these players are kind of at opposite places in their career. Pembele is very young; he has everything to prove, and Bernat kind of has to prove that he's still in the game and that he hasn't become, obsolete. So I'm very eager to see what they bring to the table. Although I'm a bit more confident in Pembele. I don't know how you feel about Bernat lately. He hasn't been the best. I feel he makes some defensive mistakes which can cost us.
Yeah, I think he struggled a lot since the injury to get the right form. But it takes so much time to recover from any injury.
Ashraful, how are you?
Not so late for you today.
Yeah, no.
I was
match.
2 minutes late, right?
So we are going through the starting 11, and we were going to talk about the center backs, which are Bichabou and Marquinhos. So Ashraful, do you feel...
Backline, right? Bichabou, Marquinhos, and Ramos.
No, not Ramos, just Bichabou and Marquinhos, and they have Danilo in front of them. But I think he will be playing more of a midfielder position. Do you feel confident defensively when you see this, or do you miss someone?
It's little bit risky.
Mm-hmm.
It's a risky formation. Just two center backs, and in front Danilo will play as defensive mid.
Yeah, I think the great thing about Danilo is if we are struggling defensively, he can just come back as a defensive, and if we want to be more offensive, he can go more upfront. So maybe it's a hybrid solution, which could be very good. But do you have any opinions about Bichabou? Because it's always fun to see a youngster.
Good player, but Bichabou is a good player, but it's a big match, Monaco always they good against us. Every team did it, but Monaco, Marseille, those teams are every time playing good against us. So it's a tough call, but we don't have Ramos, Mbappe.
Yeah, definitely. It's a big opponent.
We have to play with Bichabou. Let's see.
Yeah. And recently we've struggled a lot with our midfield, and that is why I think Galtier is offering us a different kind of, or a new composition of the midfield. We're going to assume here that Pereira is going to play midfield. In front of him is going to have Vitinha and Zaire Emery, who's starting. Big news. And in front of them, they're going to have Soler, who is yet to prove that he can add a lot of value to this team. Do you have any comments?
Neymar's.
Yeah, they're in the attack. Yeah.
Carlos in attacking midfield position, right?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
going to be a kind of number 10, I think. It's his more natural position. Oliver, how do you feel our midfield is going to hold up? I think it's here we're going to make it or break it. Are you confident?
I'm pretty confident with Saida. I
Mhm.
think he has done very well every time he played. Vitinha struggled a little bit when he's not playing with Verratti,
Mhm.
but he runs a lot, and we saw that in the two last games how he defends as well.
Yeah.
He started to run back and help there. So I'm
Yeah,
pretty confident about it.
yeah. You're happy with what we're seeing, and do you feel this could be a game where Soler can start showing us, his
So we
Valencia?
have to have more to prove.
Yeah,
Is
definitely.
Yeah, it's now or never for him.
I feel
And
we say this every time, and every time we say, okay,
yeah,
never mind, it's now or never. But yeah,
yeah,
it's definitely now or never. I don't
and he's
know.
not that young anymore. He is
Yeah,
25 or 6, so he have to prove himself now, I think.
yeah, definitely. It's definitely now or never. And up front, we have Ekitike and Neymar. This is maybe the part of the pitch which I'm less confident about, to be honest. I feel Neymar is in a tough period. Like we haven't seen. Yeah, Ashraful, we have new guidelines. I'm sorry I didn't mention it. We can't smoke, vape, or drink alcohol on the show because
okay. Sorry.
it's not it's not to be rude
Sorry.
or anything, but
I
it's
was I was in much more tension about today's lineup. So
uh, yeah, it's just we got new guidelines from PSG and kids are watching and they want it to
yeah.
be a bit more restrictive. But yeah, so I just wanted to tell you. And
Okay.
so to get back to the starting 11, I was saying I feel Neymar is not on his best form, and Ekitike is not. He hasn't reached his best form for PSG. So I do hope we get goals because I don't really see any like goal machines in this starting 11. I don't know, Oliver. Do you feel we can score many goals with this lineup, or is it going to be a tight one?
Well, it's a lineup for the young players. So if they want to prove themselves, I really hope so. They will bang a couple of goals.
Yeah, it would be
But
great.
but we're missing a lot of quality. We have to be honest.
Mhm.
And as you mentioned, Neymar not doing so well right now, and Hugo trying too hard.
Mhm.
So, but I'm always optimistic. So hopefully they will surprise me, and hopefully they're listening to us right now.
Yeah, I really hope they're listening. But in any case, I hope they're listening to Galtier and following his directions, because I feel one of the big positive things with like the young players is that they really follow the plan every time. Sometimes they make mistakes, but they're really able to do what's expected of them. So I do hope everyone sticks to a plan instead of just, saying, oh, I'm Neymar, I'm going to play wherever I'm most comfortable, and the team will arrange around me. I think it's best to have like a strict plan. So and do you think, Ashraful, we will see a lot of change in the formation? Like, do you think Danilo is going to move a lot back? Neymar is going to drop back as he usually does? Or do you think this is really what we're going to see?
Um, I think Neymar have to bring himself down on midfield because we know Carlos Vitinha or Zaire Emery
Mm-hmm.
have doesn't much more attacking mind. We
Yeah.
know them as a defensive mid, and
Mm-hmm.
Carlos have to improve. So
Yeah.
Neymar have to play in midfield. I think
Mm-hmm.
I should rather Neymar on attacking mid and Carlos and Ekitike would be front.
Oh, you would actually swap them out? You would consider
Yeah,
starting? Yeah.
Carlos and Neymar and Carlos sub the position.
Yeah. That would be very interesting, actually. Oliver, how do you feel about seeing Soler as more of almost a striker and Neymar in a number 10 position? Do you think this is something that could help us score more, or? be more productive?
No, not in this match, because Neymar is gonna drop down a lot, and when he's get the room, I think he's gonna have two defenders in his neck all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, maybe because Soler is a striker back in the days for Valencia, and he had the quality. So why not? And we've seen he's very offensive when we play. So why not?
Yeah. I think this is a very interesting starting 11, and it's very striking to see how young of a team we have today, because outside of like our TTs, we also have very young players.
And left back.
Yeah, we have Pembele in left back, and we were actually talking about him with Oliver, saying that we are very confident that he can bring good quality to the side.
Dembele is good.
But do you have any doubts about him?
No, I have no doubt with Dembele. He's a good player. And let's see what he can do in big matches.
Yeah, it's definitely it's very exciting to see.
We have to give time them, so that they can bring us glory.
Yeah. And do you guys feel that Gautier is grooming them for the Champions League? Do you think he's going to start some of the youngsters in the Champions League? Is this like what we're seeing now, or is it just because this is the players we have and you've got to do with what you have?
And now we have those players, we have to play with them. But Champions League again, Bayern Munich, it's a very tough call. They have speedy wingers, creative midfielders, and goal scorers like Muller, Jamal, and our youngsters are so much young to stop them.
Yeah, but I think in a sense, have you noticed that a big problem we have is that we have two slow defenders? And of course, I'm talking mainly about Ramos, but don't you think that considering how quick Bayern can be, we could use someone like Bichabu, like maybe even Mukiele if he's fit, some players who are very fast and who can really help Marquinhos realign the defense on counters, because maybe it's the best option to have like more speed in our defense and not someone who like Ramos who struggles to make these runs. I don't know, Oliver, do you think we're seeing a mock-up of our Champions League 11, or do you think this is just a one-time pony?
No, Galtier had a lot of problems. Fabian out with the corona, and a lot of injuries. So basically, that's just what we have right now. And we have a pretty good bench, we have to say. And it's good to see Kimpembe in the lineups at the bench. So I don't think he will get so much playtime, but if he can get 100% to Bayern, that will help us a lot.
Yeah, that would be really epic indeed. But I think maybe we're seeing not the sanction of Ramos, but the consequences of his playing right now, because of course we have to blame everyone when it comes to the Marseille defeats. There's no point in having a scapegoat, but there are people who participated more or less to what happened on the pitch, and it's true that Ramos was really forced into making a mistake because he wasn't like quick enough and he couldn't reposition himself smartly fast enough. So definitely I think maybe this is something that scares Gautier a lot, thinking if Ramos isn't quick enough, we're going to be forced into either conceding or making like gross mistakes. So I think actually Bichabu could start for us against Bayern. If we don't see Kimpembe 100% fit, I think he could start and then give his place to Kimpembe after a while. And talking about Kimpembe, do you think he's going to give a breath of fresh air to this team? Like, do you think he's part of the solution to our problems, or it's not going to make a difference for you guys?
I think he's one of those who really fight for the club, and he makes the extra run no matter what. And that's why he's so valuable for us. There's only like 2 players like him on the squad right now who gives all every time they play. Verratti, you could mention, Makinas as well. So I would like to see him be in the starting 11 every week. Because of his quality and where he stands with PSG, it's always in his heart. You can see it, and you can tell it when he plays.
Yeah, you can definitely tell he was like trained by the club, and that for him it's really something more like than a job and something more like personal for him. And I think it will be a very good thing to have him back. And also I think he can really be an inspiring player for like the other youngsters, because I saw a video of him, I don't know if you saw it on PSG's Instagram, where he's basically just motivating and coaching basically the other TTs, and I think he knows exactly what they're going through. He knows how to speak to them and how to help them. So I really hope he can be someone who inspires the other players to do more and to do better. So now we're going to enter into the realm of rumors. But do you think we should sell him, or do you think we should keep him?
No sell. That will be brainless to do that.
Yeah.
But I also think that he needs playtime.
Yeah. Ashraful, sell?
No sell.
No
We
sell, okay.
already made mistakes, like selling Draxler, Sarabia, Silva. Silva, we didn't extend our contract. So Silva was a free agent. Like Choupo-Moting and Kuku, we have sold those players, but they are effective in their own clubs.
Okay. And now that we're entering the rabbit hole of market talk and everything like this, other question which I've been thinking a lot about: have you seen how well Icardi is doing for Galatasaray? He has scored a lot of goals, and many people are asking ourselves, like, should we give him a second chance? Is this like one of those players where we can redeem ourselves and say, okay, no, the past is the past, now you come back and you do good? Or do you think it's going to be a reality TV show like it was before?
Yeah, it's definitely reality.
Yeah, you don't trust this? You think it's temporary?
Yeah, if you see on his career so far, he only had like 2 good seasons where he bangs a lot of goals, for not for us unfortunately, but for Inter, and that's why we bought him, of course. But if you struggle a lot and you have personal issues all the time, then of course it will show on the pitch.
Yeah, definitely. Ashraful, do you have a strong opinion about Icardi? Sell or keep?
I think we should keep him.
You think we should keep him? Okay. We're having this debate because Dimitri isn't
because
here. He's a big Cavani fan.
Comment on this. Yeah.
So yeah, you think we should keep him, and you think he will keep
give him a chance?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think if we can have guarantees that he keeps his level, he's kind of what we need. Like, I hate saying it because I would really want to have other options, but like, we have sold so many players who have done better in other clubs, and we really have to ask ourselves, is this about to be one of those, situations again? And now we have the opportunity to prevent it. So I hope people higher up are really looking at him and using their, all their brain skills to consider this situation, because it would be really a pity to lose out on his best performances. But we have talked enough about rumors, and we are losing the path. Do you want to go halftime score prediction? How do you feel we were going to do here in front of Monaco?
In front of Monaco with this squad, I'll go for 2-1.
2-1 at the
We will
halftime.
concede.
You
Yeah,
okay?
halftime.
Halftime 2-1. Who for us are scoring?
Yeah.
Which
Obviously Neymar, and should be one from midfield.
one from midfield? Okay. Yeah, I think it's a very good take. And do you think we will concede like on a counter, or how do you think the goals for the other team is going to come?
From a quick counter.
Counter. Okay, so we have in the chat we have 2-0, 1-0, and 2-1. And Oliver, bring us your take. How do you feel?
Well,
Dimitri predicted against us.
my mind says that we're gonna struggle to score today.
Yeah.
And that we should be happy if we don't concede.
Mm-hmm.
But my heart always say that we're gonna beat the beep out of them. so if I follow my heart, I will have a one goal lead for PSG at halftime.
1 goal lead for PSG. And who do you have as our goal scorer?
I will say Hugo.
Ugo? Okay, you still give hope.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I have to.
Yeah, so Dimitri is writing in the chat, this is bad memories for him because he last season he traveled to Monaco, like he went all the way to Monaco and they lost in like the worst fashion ever. It wasn't like one of those unlucky losses. They jogged for 90 minutes and then they lost. So I hope that this game will redeem, the Monaco experience, and that we will do, better this time around. I'm going to say we can make it 2-0, and I'm going to say we're going to have a banger from midfield because we're trying it more and more lately. So I think Vitinha or Zaire Emery is going to give us like a screamer, and like one nice tap in from Hugo or Neymar, just like clean striker goal, no questions asked. This is what I'm hoping for. And
Neymar will score a beautiful goal today.
Oh, you think he's going to score a beautiful goal, like solo goal?
He doesn't score a solo goal for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I think this match is the day for him.
Okay.
He will make us happy with a beautiful goal and a glory.
Yeah, you think he's really going to carry the team and carry his responsibility in the offense?
Yeah, because no Neymar, no Messi, no Mbappe, and no Ramos also, and we doesn't have much time with Marco Verratti.
Yeah, I think also one thing that could help is I feel when Neymar and Messi play together, they're not good for each other because they only play like them two in between, and they try to do this crazy stuff when there are easier solutions. And I hope that Neymar, when he doesn't have Messi, will play like basic football, which is very hard. It's not to say easy, but like 101, like makes the easier passes, the clear passes, not these I'm going to give the ball to Messi in like a 5-inch space, which never works. So I hope he kind of goes back to this 101 football. I don't know, Oliver, how you feel about Neymar, what he's going to bring. Are we going to see like meaningless dribbling or clean football?
Yeah, when you have the ball, you can see he's eager to dribble. But he's going to struggle today. We saw that when we're missing out one of the M or N's, it's much easier for the opponents to shut us down because there are only one or two to focus on. And today they only have Messi to focus, Neymar to focus on. And I think he's gonna struggle, but he's a quality player, world-class player, and you can't stop magic, So if he have the day today, it will be unstoppable.
Yeah, definitely.
So, you don't have to worry when Neymar in the pitch. He's a true genius.
But I feel sometimes Neymar gets very like upset and very annoyed, and he will start playing like very like meaninglessly, and then suddenly he will go in for like these murderous tackles. Have you sometimes seen he will just like he's like, okay, you've tackled me 10 times, I'm gonna like channel them all into this one tackle and he gets sent off. And I really hope this is not what we see, because it's very annoying when he gets into this like moody teenager kind of playing style. So if he's in a good mood, I agree with Ashraful. There is nothing to worry about. If he's here to break knees, it's gonna be on a whole other story. So I hope there's no bad place for him. So yeah.
We've seen if the team nag at him in the beginning, making these like small dirty tackles and dirty pushes, you can see he's getting his temper challenged. So if Monaco do that, they have him in his palm. But
but I feel
but hopefully they don't know that.
Yeah, I think it's important that he gets over this. It's kind of like, when we would always complain that, we have to play against so defensive teams, which is like, that's Ligue 1. This is our league. We have to find a way around it. And it's the same for Neymar. Every team is going to be a bit more aggressive towards him, a bit more, taunting. And they're not going to stop, because they have understood it's a button they can press and it's going to work. So it's for him to kind of find his happy place and say, no, I'm Neymar. I'm above this. Like a 35-year-old from Monaco can't make me lose my temper. Enough, It's kind of say this is enough. And I feel like this is something he struggles a lot with, to kind of at the end of the day say, I should maintain a certain standard. This shouldn't affect me. I make too many million euros a minute to be affected by this, but I don't know. Maybe it's harder than I think. Maybe I would do the same in his position. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's easy to say when you don't play.
Yeah.
But I know how it is when you play football. You forget all morals and it's just wartime. So but, I understand his frustration sometimes, for sure.
That you forget kind of all morals. It's kind of like, Kimpembe. He will do like, if he can stop the ball and you at the same time, he will do it. Okay. But sometimes
just
Neymar is just like, it's not to stop an attack. It's just because someone's face was kind of there and his elbow was just, in the way, it's just pure vengeance. And this is not being like moralless. It's being really stupid for me. It's, it's kind of when you were a kid.
It's a part of game.
Yeah.
But it's a part of game.
Yeah, it's like Verratti and negotiating yellow cards. You can't avoid it. Yeah, so I think we're getting close to the kickoff. So you said 2-1, Ashraful. Oliver said 1-0.
Yeah.
I said 2-0. So we will see who was right and who was wrong. But I think all of us are pretty much in the ballpark. I don't think we will see like something crazy this game, but you never know. So
we also have to remember that Monaco have not had the best season yet.
Yeah.
So that's a plus for us as well.
Yeah. Let's not make this the platform for them to kickstart their season. Let's
not jinx. We don't jinx things here.
We never. No, but I really hope it's going to go well. I do believe in our youngsters, and I hope you have an excellent halftime. Everyone joins the show. You can be drawn for a prize if you join by chat, camera, whatever. So in the halftime, be as many as possible. We want to talk and discuss PSG. So have a nice halftime and see you. Bye.
See you.
See you. Bye.